I was reading a post on the DJ Tutors Facebook page. Someone had been approached to work for another DJ company. They'd been doing this on their own for a while, and they wanted to know what the pros and cons were with working for someone else. There are a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can work for another DJ company, or you can work with another DJ company. I'll talk about both, and I'll also talk about some of the misconceptions that I read in the comment section of that thread. So the first way is working for someone. This is pretty straightforward. You're working for another DJ company. You're using their equipment, you're using their music, usually you're using their vehicles, and you're being paid some kind of salary. Maybe it's hourly, maybe it's per gig. Maybe they have a situation where they have the equipment, they do all the bookings for you, they have all the music and all that, but maybe you provide the transportation and they pay you a little something extra per mile to use your van or truck or whatever to go back and forth to the gig. There are pros and cons to this. The first pro is you get to learn from other DJs. So if you are one of those people who never really worked with anybody else, who just kind of went out and bought kit and decided to be a DJ, maybe there's some stuff that you could learn, and maybe you can learn it on the job with somebody else. Typically, these bigger multi-op DJ companies take you out and train you before they just send you out there on your own. And when I was getting my training, I picked up all kinds of great stuff from a couple of different DJ companies I worked for back in the past. One misconception that I did read in the comment section was, working for another DJ company, a big one, is cool because they usually have better kit, better gear. I actually found the opposite to be true. The bigger DJ companies, they don't invest in beautiful equipment. They're profit driven. They want to make the most money they can out of every piece of gear that they buy, so they use this stuff until it's just completely mechanically obsolete. So the worst equipment I've ever worked with was with a multi-op. The best equipment I've ever worked with, I've owned myself. That's just kind of the nature of how it usually ends up working. Now the other way that you can do this is working with them, which is different. This means that you could still probably have your own DJ company and your own equipment and do your own bookings and all that stuff. But there's another company out there that maybe books more gigs than they have mobile systems. So what they do is they hire you and your equipment to go out there and represent them. So if you're Collins Mobile DJ Service, when you go out for this company, you're no longer Collins Mobile DJ Service. You're Big Kit Mobile DJ Service, or whatever they're called. You go out as them, and if they wear a tuxedo with a green bow tie, you wear a tuxedo with a green bow tie. And you usually make more money. Maybe they'll take a quarter of the money. Maybe they'll take a third of the money. It really kind of depends. What's cool about entering in a relationship where you're working with someone else, though, is that you can still go out as Collins Mobile DJ. Totally. It only affects you if you're working under their name. You're a subcontractor. You still have your own business, and you tell them when you're available to work. So if you're booked the complete month of June, but you have 2 July dates open, you let them know, I have 2 July dates open. You could book me for those. The other way you can do this is an agency. Now the agency is different because they book you as Collins Mobile DJ Service. All they're doing is booking for you. It's kind of like if you called up a big entertainment agency and you wanted the Rolling Stones, you get the Rolling Stones. They may call up an agency and say, we need a DJ, and they'll say, Collins Mobile DJ is very good. You should go with him. And they do. And so you go out as Colin, like you always are, but they take a cut of whatever the price is that they booked you for. And sometimes it's a pretty fair amount. Sometimes it's not fair at all. I've worked for companies like this where, they're selling on such a cheap price and then they want such a big cut. It wasn't worth my while to work for them. And I told them, hey, I can't do this. Another bad relationship I had was last year, actually. I was working as a subcontractor. I went out as this guy, whoever he was, whatever his company's name was, and did a gig, and it went real smooth. It was a fair cut. I got a nice chunk of change the next Monday as, via wire transfer. And then I think it was October, he contacts me and wants photo booth. He wants to rent our booth for 2 nights. We do it, and he stiffs us. He doesn't give us any money. So that relationship is a bad relationship. We've severed it. It happens. There are good relationships and bad relationships you can enter into. You just kind of have to be smart about it and figure out if it's working for you or not. I think the best way to do this is, especially if you already have your own gear, is to work with someone So you do have the opportunity to go out as yourself. Another way to do this, of course, is to work for someone. If you're not confident in your skills or you're not getting any gigs at all, working for someone is better than nothing, at least to get some training. You'll get out there and some experience, which is good for all of us before we can go out and really call ourselves DJs and people want to book us. We want to be decent if anybody books us, right? We don't want to go out there at our worst. We want to go out there at our best. So if you need the training, if you're not getting any gigs on your own, maybe working for someone is a really good way to do this. So you just kind of have to figure it out yourself. That's it. That's the vlog for you. We'll see you soon. Tonight, I plan on doing lighting videos. My eyes hurt so bad last night I couldn't do them. Tonight, I'm going to try to do them. So stay tuned. I got some cool stuff planned for you. Practice and enjoy.